What a wonderful.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the part 2 of the tutorial. This time we're going to animate the weather card that we designed earlier in the part 1. If you missed out on that one, the link is in the description box. Do check that out. So I'm pretty excited for this video. In this one, we're going to learn how to animate the sun, how to rotate it, how to, make the raindrops falling, the clouds doing a little movement, all of that. So without further ado, let's just get started. So here's the weather card that we had made the last time. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to animate it. We're going to animate different parts of it. So we're just going to start with the sun. So I'm going to select the sphere right here. And what we'll do is we're going to go to states here. So what the states do is there are two states here. If you see, there's a base state and a new state. So we're going to go to the new state here. And we're going to change the rotation here on y-axis to be 360 degrees. Rotation on the base state is going to remain at 0 degrees. So now we'll go to events. We'll select start here because we want it to play as soon as it starts. And we'll go to transition here as for actions, and we'll set the target to sphere. For transitions here, we'll change the current to basically base state. And the second option will be state. So it'll go from 0 to 360 degrees. And the animation is going to be ease in out. Let this be 1 for now. And if you see the sequence, I don't want it to delay or anything, but we're going to add some loop here. So I'm going to select the infinite option here. And that's it. So let's just play it and see how it looks. It's moving a little too fast, so we'll have to make it slightly slower. So we'll change this number here from 1 to 4 maybe. And now if you see, it looks so much better. So yeah, let's just go back. And now it's time for us to animate the sunbeam. So let's just cross that out and select the cylinder here, which is the sunbeam. So we're going to add a state here, another state. So I'm going to go to base state here. And I'm going to go to the cloner options. And I'm going to set the end position here to 0. Because I want it to go from 0 to 360 degrees. So in the state position, I'm going to select the cloner option again. I'm going to go to the cloner option again and set the end position to 360 degrees. So now it will animate like that. It'll go from 0 to 360. But I also want it to rotate. So what I'll do here is I am going to add another state, which is state 2. And in state 2, I'm going to add the rotation value here on the z-axis. And I'm going to make it minus 360 degrees. So now it will keep rotating also. So now it's time for us to add the event. So it's going to be we're going to set to start again. Add the action to be transition. And we want it to go from let's just select the base state here to state. And it's going to be 1 ease in out. Let's just keep it. We don't want it to loop. So yeah, that's it. We're going to add another transition here where it will go from the state to state 2. So we'll select state and state 2. And in this case, we change the value here to maybe 4 because we want the rotation to work like that. And that's it. Let's see how it looks. Well, it didn't rotate. Well, the first transition worked, the second didn't. Let's just go back and fix it. So I'm going to go to events again and the transition. Let's just add a delay here and let's just check it out now. So yeah, now the sunbeam is rotating very nicely. So the next thing I'm going to do is animate the cloud. So we'll select the cloud from the layers, add a state and go all the way down to the materials here and we'll select displace. Now the function of displace will come into the picture. This we added earlier. And now here what we'll do is we'll add some movement here. So I'm going to keep the movement to 10 and I'm going to set some offset values here. X is going to be minus 40 and let's just set Y to somewhere around 30 and Z to be around 10. You can always play around with these values to see how it affects your animation. And I'm going to set the displace value to 8. So once that is done, we're going to add the event. We'll go to transitions again. Just click on the drop down. And here, set the target to cloud. Transition is going to be from base state to state. Now let's just select ease in out, because in this case it's going to be linear. So we're going to go to transition and select linear from here. And let's just change this value from 1 to, let's just make it 6. And we're going to go to sequence here, and we're going to add loop here. We're going to make it infinite again. And this time we're going to add the cycle as well. We're going to make it ping pong because we want it to move back and forth. So once that is done, we're going to close this box, and then we'll see how the cloud looks. It sort of moves a little bit, and it sort of gives a very bouncy sort of an effect and looks cool overall. So let's just come out of this view. And now we are going to animate the raindrops, and you can select the raindrop from here. But you see it's sort of merging with the background, right? So we need to fix that. So we select the raindrop from the layers, and I'm going to first go to material, and let's just go here. And I'm going to fix the color here so that it looks slightly better. So I'm going to change the blending mode to maybe multiply. So it's a little more visible and not merging with the background. You can change it as per you, how you like it. I'm going to close this now. And now let's just add some rotation to it. So we'll add the rotation by changing the z-axis to 20. And this looks nice. I'm going to change the position slightly. So we're to make the x-axis to be minus 90 and the y-axis to be 20 and the z-axis to be 100. So you'll see how it has gone behind the cloud. Let's just manually adjust it also, because right now it's sort of peeping out of the cloud. So yeah, the idea is that the rain will be falling from inside the cloud, and it should look like that. So I've put it behind the cloud. For better visibility, let's make the cloud layer invisible by hiding it. And let's just set the raindrop again and add a state. In the new state, the raindrop will be falling, right? So we're going to adjust the raindrop by, we're pushing it down. We'll push it down holding the handles. And as much as you like, really, how much ever you want it to be at whatever position, you can do that. And then I'm going to add an event here. I'm going to set it to start again and add a transition. And in the transition, I'm going to select the target to be the raindrop. And we're going to set the base state to state. And we want it to just be there. And I'm going to add the loop in here. And loop is going to be infinite again. That's it. Let's just have a look at it. But let's first make the cloud visible by unhiding the layer. And go to the play button here. So it looks pretty cool, but it would look better if the raindrop is sort of, easing out and disappearing towards the end. Let's just quickly do that. We'll go to the raindrop again. We'll set it from the layers. And we're going to go to events. In events, we'll change ease in out to we'll go down and select only ease out here. And we'll change the properties of the material in the new state here. So I'm going to go to material here, and I'm going to change the values here. I'm going to make all of these and set it to 0 so that it sort of disappears towards the end in the new state. So yeah, once that is done, we're going to play it. So now you see how it sort of disappears towards the end, and it looks pretty cool. Well, I want the raindrop to go further down. With the animation in place now, I'm going to just select the raindrop and hold these handles right here and push the raindrop further down, just like this. And I want it to sort of just be on top of the text a little bit. So yeah, just do that. And we want multiple raindrops, right? So we'll go to the base state and go to the cloner option now. So let's just hide the cloud first. Inside the raindrop and the cloner option, what we're going to do is we're going to select the type to be linear, and we're going to change the count to somewhere around 4. Let's tweak the position also by changing the numbers here by making y minus 6 and convert to instances. So yeah, once that is done, we'll have 4 raindrops here, but we don't want the original raindrop to be visible. So we're going to go to raindrop clones, and I have all the 4 clones available here. So now the next step here is to, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to add some rotation here. Change the value of z here. I'm going to change it to 45 degrees, which will make it, in a straight line. This will help us in equally spacing the raindrops. I'm going to select the clones here and add around 10 pixels in between the raindrops by just, hitting and selecting the clones here and changing the position by adding 10 pixels into the value of x. So once that is done, we have the raindrops all set. So now I'm going to change the view here. I'm going to select clone 3 and clone 1, and I'm going to push them a little behind the first two raindrops to add more dimension to the entire animation. And I will select the entire raindrop clones as a layer, and I'm going to add a rotation value here, and I'm going to make it 60 so that they become slanting, and so the raindrops fall in a slanting direction. So let's just do that, and with that done, I'm going to select the individual clone layers, and I'm going to go to rotation again and add another Z value here. So I'm going to make it 20 to make it even more slanting. And I'm going to make the cloud visible. Now let's just play and have a look. Well, it definitely works, but I just want it to be, not falling together at the same time. Let's just try and fix that. So let's go back to our edit mode. And in here, what we're going to do now is we're going to select the clone. And inside each of the clone, we're going to go to raindrop. We'll go to events here, transition, and we're going to add some delay here. So in the first clone, we're going to let it be 0. But in the second one, we are going to add, let's just go here and add delay. And we're going to add a delay of around 0.4. We're going to add another delay for clone 2, raindrop. I'm going to add a delay of around, just open this and just add a delay of around 0.8. And we will go back and add another delay value for the raindrop in clone 3. And let's just go to the events, transition, delay, and add a delay of around 0.20. Now all these raindrops will be falling at a different time and look way more natural. So this looks pretty cool. And you can just, use the sun and the cloud to create various other weather cards. You can orbit around the screen, check it out from different angles. But you know what the best part about this is? Now, since all the transitions are in place, you can easily copy the card and create multiple weather cards. You don't have to animate it again and again because all the animations would be intact. All you have to do is just place the elements, whatever is required based on the weather card you are designing. This is how I did it. Here's a quick video of the process. You can watch me quickly do it here now.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
And that's it, that's done. We just created our very own heavy showers card from the first weather card that we made. It was very easy to do as you just create one. The process is so much faster because you have all the transitions in place. You can create as many options as you want to. Well, you can always export these cards as PNGs, as an image, as PNGs or JPEGs. You can choose to show or hide the background. And that's it. That's all for the tutorial. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
What a wonderful world.